John Doe versus BubbleTrubs. First match of the day. John Doe is going. Let's see. What do we got? I don't know either of the decks. It looks like we got a double card. We got Wholesome Assimilate versus... Looks like a Storm and Getty deck. Okay. I dig it. And let's see. Wholesome versus Storm. We'll see. We'll see. I think this one will be pretty interesting in the sense of you have a really strong row punish in the form of Fulmar for BubbleTrubs. Do I need the ban or not? No, Greniers, you're good. You don't need a ban right now. You can just go. This is round one. Only like about half of the tournament needs to play this round. Starting off very casually, I'm assuming no portal in the deck. Interesting. That is a bold tech choice. And they're running a Letho Kingslayer. That's pretty stylish. No portal. Portal's pretty often run in Assimilate because you have a lot of 4-point engines with Ducal guards. You also have typically 2 Ard, Fenian, Heavy Cavalry, and sometimes even run Sergeants as well. Though in this case, John Doe does not have the Sergeants. This round, you're going to see a lot of Bronze engines. Slave Hunter is next. No real surprise there. The next engine will probably be either Vigo or Brathens. I'm going to lean towards Vigo as the likely next choice. Assuming in this deck there is 2 Duchess Informants. Yep. So you can either get full value with the 1-point crate not being a big deal if you get the Duchess Informant, or go for another engine here. Of course, Brathens is guaranteed on the Duchess Informant. Just keep on setting up your engines and you're good. Now there goes the Tears of Siren. I feel like this is a quick row misplay. Spread them out. If you put one on each row, you can prevent an early rain, not allowing this line of play. I'm also on Paradoxic a little surprised not to see that held back, trying to get the Dracker and Savblood Priest ticking, because that'll take much longer. So we'll see. We will see. Let's see. One better HS. You got the memes. You gotta love the memes. There goes Lippy and Mill. Nation's Gift and Lippy. Not bad. Don't worry about it, Vic. We'll figure it out. Okay, so we're going for the Imperial Diplomacy. This strikes me as a really bold play. This play is a little bit strange, because there are only 2 engines out right now for John Doe. You're not getting a lot of value from just copying your opponents. Yes, it's an 8-point play, 6 from the Tears of Siren, plus the 2 here. But in this case, things are looking all right. Things are looking all right. Okay, refocusing here. Let's take a look. Anything else? Hey, Vic with another gift sub. Man, Vic, so generous. Thank you. Thank you for the gift sub, my friend. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Very generous of you. Thank you so much. As for the game, as I get distracted, but distracted for all the right reasons, this will be an interesting round in the sense of there's not going to be... I mean, Heatwave has some value here, I guess. Probably want to hang on to it, but there's a lot of golds that are just sitting here. BubbleTrubs not setting up with the engine is very surprising, particularly if you're going into an engine matchup, where the longer this round goes, the more value John Doe is going to get from having the 2 Assimilate engines on back row. Now, somehow Slave Hunter is still alive. It might be worthwhile to just kill the Deafening Siren here. Okay, setting up. I'm assuming this is a Vigo, and then Vigo comes down. Is going for the Duchess format on the Crow Messengers here. And playing it on back row, I like this. It makes another row viable for a rain steal. So if you steal another Tears of the Siren through, let's say, a Cantarella, then all of a sudden you'll be okay. Or Stefan, click it. You get the extra copy of Imperial Diplomacy. You can get the rain, and it'll work out well. Okay, here. So, I'm a little questioning here. Red deciding. Okay, so it's a Bride of the Sea play. Bride of the Sea, you have 2 here. It'll be a Giga Scorpion, either killing Ducal Guard or Slave Hunter. I think it'll be one of these 2. Depends on if you're more afraid of damage or just the height. I would be going for probably Slave Hunter here. That way you get more value off of the Heatwave. Yeah, I would have gone for the Slave Hunter, because Heatwave would have gotten more value, because now you ping Heatwave of the 4. If you killed here, Ducal Guard would still be a very tall unit. Hey, Freak with the gift. Oh my gosh, Freak, thank you for giving the gift to Sir Sleepy Squid, no less. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. It warms my heart. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, warms my heart. This is a Braffin's play. We know they're not running emissaries in the deck. Plays the Braffins. And this is where I think you're going to start to see JohnDoe really pull ahead. 3 engines are still up, even though Duke Guard did die in this case. You don't really have time to set up the Saw Blood, Armor Dracker. I would expect to see a pass here from BubbleTrub. Little late for Coral, and you don't have the Brenna in hand to really combo with. Of note, not running the Heime Skulls for the Skirmishers. And so really dependent on things like Skirmisher, or the Brenna and the Coral to find these 3. We're going to see... we're gonna see how this really shakes on out. Let's go ahead and see where they go from here. I think at this point BubbleTrubs has got to be considering the pass. The pass has got to be pretty juicy, and honestly I would take the pass here. Nope. Okay, going for the Saw Blood Priest. This feels very late in the round. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of it. I do not think JohnDoe is gonna lose much here by keep playing out. Oh, that had to feel bad. So he hits nothing on that. He hits the Freya's Blessing. Freya's Blessing is a great hit later in the round once you have the Crow Messengers in the grade. But that right now it's a terrible hit. But ironically, I guess butt on the butt. Just playing Cantarella and getting even a couple more points is fine, because this is not the hand I think BubbleTrub wants. Doesn't really need to protect anything. Okay, going for the Fulmar here. Now BubbleTrub is saying, I'm going to play a bomb card. They're both committing pretty evenly here in terms of Pride's an 8. We have a 6 in the grave for Giga Scorpion. Going for Double Cross. Wow, that is a strong commit. Heatwave on the Fulmar. Down comes the Ana. Takes the Rage of the Sea. Getting up the carryover for the Ana later on. BubbleTrubs really should be thinking about a pass here. Alternatively, the other line of play is you Heatwave the Braffins. Heatwave the Braffins. See if you can retake control of the game. And that's where I wonder if that's the line of play. They're really both contesting a round 1 in a strong way, and I'm a little surprised. It kind of makes sense for the Assimilate play to go hard here. You don't want to let a short round happen with this kind of a deck. Though, if Joachim Ku, maybe it's okay. Joachim Ku would be required if you want to go for the short round. I think you're going to see the Letho here. Nope, you see the Joachim. Okay, going for the Joachim. I'm a little surprised. That means you really want to win this round. At this point, it's assumed that JohnDoe is willing to commit the entire hand to win it, because he wants to guarantee at least a 6 to 7 card round 3. I would not expect to see a bleed here. I don't know if I like that play. I think if you're running a weather deck, you really need a long round as well. And in this case, you could have just gone for the Joachim plus Q, Genvo. I mean, this can set up a very strong short round. Even if something like a Glynis and a Bribery, your short round's pretty decent. If you need to play it in this variant of the deck, not as portal dependent, much more focused, or not even ball dependent, much more focused on having some backup point slam in the form of things like Joachim and Ku. So we will see. Did he play a tactic yet? Yes, he did. He has an Imperial Diplomacy right now loaded up on Stefan. Likewise, though, even if he didn't have one, if they could go Stefan and then go for the Fion. Fion will spawn a tactic. So there is some flexibility on tactic choice here as well. Now we have to see if they... Wow, a pass. Okay. That surprises me. This whole round surprises me, to be honest. It was very all over the place. So now we have Coral Heatwave in hand. Stefan, Fion. Who I don't know who's feeling good right now and who's supposed to be feeling bad right now. So I feel like the Assimilate player is actually on the back foot here. I believe that JohnDoe is supposed to win that round or get a much better pass earlier on. By sacrificing Joachim, the short rounds become much less impactful, while BubbleTrubs is guaranteed to get the round of their choice, and sitting on Getty in deck means that they can push through and pass here, take card advantage, set up the Getty, and go wild. And I think that's the way you play here. even though you won't get the Crow Mother carryover. You could call a bluff, though, and play the Crow Mother and pass afterwards. And that looks like BubbleTrubs wants that line of play. Basically saying, I'm either going to get a Charge Your Leader ability, or... I'm mixed on it, because it is going to be like a Charge Your Leader ability, because Charge Your Leader ability is 4, guaranteed. And so... Okay, let's see. Experimental Remedy on the Crow, brings back the 2 here. Pass. That looks grim. So now, let's see. You still have a phrase. Okay, you still have no more phrase in the deck because they go sniped. But that hurts. We got a little taunt from BubbleTrub. You can tell by the character getting angry. Angry character. And that is, you know, we got a little bit of disrespect, a little bit of smack talk. Smack talk indeed. Let's see here. And again, if anybody's having trouble with technical difficulties in the tournament, been clapping these fools. 3 days ago, I finally got every premium card in the game. Did you really, Vic? That's ballin'. I love it. Love it. Feel free if you have problems in the tournament, issues, tournament questions, Discord is where the best place to go. It's that is the place where you can easily get the Zaniac, the mastermind of the tournament.
I suppose, and the end.
All right, so now got to draw this card for Coral. Wow, this BubbleTrubs is kind of blowing my mind here. I don't know if I would have gone this line of play. BubbleTrubs is going all in on the bleed, saying, look, I'm going to bet I can do a short round better than you, but without getting in hand, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. This is a really bold choice. It's true, John Doe right now does not have the best short round. He gave it up when he played the Joachim last round. Joachim's in the grave, like that is it, right? Without this and Coup, your short round's more sus. BubbleTrubs is out. Getting +1 anyways, got the leader ability. Was this worth it? If BubbleTrubs draws Getty, this game becomes an absolute nightmare for John Doe. But if they don't, I think John Doe still has a shot. The loss of Fion hurts here, though. Because there are some disgusting things you could do with Fion. Stefan copies, Litho copying Stefan, and then go off of triple bribery. And that might be where this game tries to go. But sitting on a heat wave in hand, there is removal available to BubbleTrub. I don't think they're going to let them. I do not think. Okay, John, you cannot pour water without looking. I was trying to look at the game and pour water. My lap is not where the water needs to be. That is a very sad moment for me. But that is life. That is life. Sometimes life gives you water on the lap, and sometimes it goes in the cup, and sometimes it goes into both places. There's a metaphor there, and I don't know how you're going to interpret that, but you should interpret it however you see fit. I awkwardly wipe at the fact that I just dumped a bunch of water on myself. Nailed it. Going back to the game. Yes, and feel free, by the way, organize games in chat. That is 100% fair. Okay. Did they find Getty? This is it. It's the mulligan outside the game. BubbleTrub's in a lot of trouble. BubbleTrub's in a ton of trouble. Now, they have 2 mulligans here for John Doe. They did not find Getty, so this plan to get this kind of shortish round did not pay off. I like putting back Coup. I like putting back the heavy. Ooh, you're going to keep the heavy? Oh, man. I don't think this is going to work. Their hands are terrible. I repeat, their hands are terrible. I would have kept the Coup Duchess and tried to go for a bunch of Assimilate procs. But this is really bad. Their hands are so bad. Their hands are so bad. They're just all the 4-point cards you don't want to see here. This is... from Battle of Juggernauts in round 1, yeeting each other powerful golds. None of them got the golds they need in round 2. I am not sure who's going to win this. They played in an interesting way. It is a bit of a dumpster fire all of a sudden. I am not sure how this one's going to pan out. You can see John Doe got better, spreading out spreading out the cards with the armor. Ironically, putting the armor cards next to each other into rain might have been okay, and Ducal Guard alone. I guess the same result either way, I suppose. Maybe it's better to play it out, spread out. Still just getting 1 point a turn. All right. They rained that row because they played on the opposite of the cultist. All right. There's the Stefan. Here comes the heat wave. Here comes bribery. And what will it hit? If it's Fulmar, I'll kind of laugh. Fulmar would be a big hit here because Fulmar would double proc. And also Bride. Okay, there's the Fulmar. There's the Fulmar for the double proc on the Assimilate. That's a big hit. That is the big hit because it spawns Tears of Siren, which is also not in the deck. John Doe got super lucky here. And so we got the Fulmar, comes down. No, there will be no storm follow-up. But man, double proc on the Assimilate. Is this gonna be enough? I'm not sure, because Croclan plus Madrame is a incredibly powerful play. Because Madrame here, Madrame here, with has 1 armor. That's a plus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 point play. Plus the 4 here. I think it might come down to, is it gonna be a draw? Is it gonna be a draw? Let's see. It's gonna be really close. Don't know. Oh, you have the Chrome Mother. Or you have the Chrome Mother. You're good. Just you could have saved 1 point doing it on the armor here, but we have a BubbleTrub quick win here. That was, talk about close. Talk about close. There was a glitch in loading in. It means I can't see the leader charges for the game, so we have to keep a little bit of track. It's double cross versus pincer maneuver, 2 charges apiece. Sometimes this happens in the tournament client. It's okay. We'll see. Oh, do we actually get to see the leader there? We might not be able to see this leader. We'll see. So John Doe. Hey, we got Geralt with bunny something ears. Okay, we got with ears. I don't even know what ears those are. So we can't see the charges. Happens. Let's go and see here what we got. So this looks like John Doe running it back of the exact same Assimilate list. But we do have what appears to be mages coming out from BubbleTrub. That is actually probably a pretty favorable matchup for BubbleTrub, because every time you play an Assimilate engine, you have a real chance of being able to nuke it with Sentry and Wolf or Spellweaver. Now Instred is coming down first and is instantly using Pincer Maneuver. First charge of Pincer Maneuver is gone. Getting a Queen Adele. That makes a lot of sense here. Trying to get as many Spellweavers as possible. So next play is likely going to be Queen here. Now that is bold. Really wants to keep this alive for the Snowdrop synergy. And you have Braffins with no Spy and Nilfgaard. That is a bold move. Gwent better HS.
I like you whether you like us or not.
Okay, there's the Snowdrop. Just drawing 2. I think you're going to see stuff like Teleport and maybe even Bon Student go back, because you want to do Mega Scoping and Spellweavers. I could be wrong though. We'll see. You could also potentially put Cilly in the back, because you don't technically need her this early. But if you have too many Mega Scopes, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of the playing a mage portion of the Spellweaver. Okay, so they did actually put back both Mega Scopes. That was a big putback. I'm surprised to see both of them gone. But then alas, that is the route they decided to go. Alright, next play I would imagine is going to be Queen here for the Spellweaver. Or for the Bon Student. Into Instred. What are they looking for? This play is catching me off guard, but BubbleTrub has a line of play in mind. Let's see here. I genuinely don't know. I think you got to put Necromancy back, right? Because you're not going to put anything in your grave. Teleportation strikes me as an obvious choice. Nope, you kept Necromancy. Okay. Catching me off guard. It's all good. So Bon Student's ticking. You have the Queen. We have a play here. It's going to be the Vigo. Probably for the Duchess Informant copying Bon here. Get the triple Assimilate proc and the full powered Bon. And also sets you up pretty nicely soon to potentially be able to nuke the Bon Student with Slave Hunter. A nice line of play coming up as well is going to be ping here, coup, and steal it. I like that play a lot. I will say, of note, we should not ignore the fact that, holy cow, does BubbleTrub have a strong point lead off the Snowdrop Instred synergy, being up a 12 and a 13 here. But the longer this round goes, the better it's going to get for Assimilate. You can already see him setting up a Vigo. I could see a Braffins as next play, potentially. Getting another engine out, getting another Bon Student out, and getting ready to go ahead and clean up house. Favorite premium card of mine, I like Scorch. That is my answer to you, Vic. I'm a big fan of Scorch. I think it's brutal, it's clean, it's beautiful, and I love it. Whoever made that premium, thank you. Anywho, there's the Queen. Queen's pretty good here. That's the right play, but it still feels weird because at this point, my mind would be probably shifting focus. You have a huge point lead. Assimilate's about to get up and running though with triple or quadruple engines. In many ways, a 5th engine here. You have 2 points ready to go here. There's a lot of danger, I think, going on right now for BubbleTrub. Now, BubbleTrub, again, I think has a better matchup here because you can keep killing off these Assimilate engines. But with all the setup, the things like Barnard Student, Snowdrop, Instred required, I'm skeptical. I'm a little skeptical here whether, in fact, there is enough time, or if BubbleTrub's spending too much time setting up some non-key stuff like Spellweaver to control the round, and that JohnDoe via Brathens at this point has 6 engines down. That is a lot of engines. That is a lot of engines to have ready to go. And you can quickly see point gaps closing at a very rapid rate. At this point, I think you need to be thinking about how do I kill off their Barnard Student. I didn't get a chance to kill the Assimilate engines. And potentially just passing out of this round. This one seems super messy. Super messy. Let's see here. Alright, there's the sail. Notice, no Sentry and Wellspeed are... Yeah, so kill of engine, but man. Feels late, feels late. I feel like there's a lot of regret here over the Barnard Student. I think that was a mistake. I think there's a bit of... Yeah, I question whether Barnard Student was correct this entire time. I'm not a fan of that play earlier on. I think it's coming to bite BubbleTrub in the butt. Because, again, the Assimilate engines are quickly gaining steam. That's a 2. They're not far behind. They can easily close out this round. But now, look at this. It's a mage matchup from BubbleTrub into Assimilate, but Assimilate right now has 2 Spellweavers. Feel that very much that JohnDoe is on the back foot. Is on the back foot. Let's see. So how to play it out from here? I mean, at this point, it really is that tactical advantage difference, and that's effectively it. I mean, it was Crystal Skull, but tactical advantages typically work 5, 6 of your monsters, and Death Wish, but typically 5. That's about where the difference is. Okay, going into the second charge of Pincer Maneuver. Again, there's a glitch. We can't see it, but that's it. That is the full shindig. I'm a little... Okay, so they're going to a Rune Word here. Got the Barnard Tutor. Did miss another Sentry and Spellweaver, but this is a powerful play. At this point, I would be ecstatic if I was JohnDoe. Yes, you're going to lose this round. You're going to pass here. You're going to pass here. JohnDoe, don't you do this. Don't do this to yourself. Don't play out this round. You're down 26 points. Don't do it. Oh, you're going for the double cross tech. You're going for the heat wave. Snowdrop's going to eat it here. I'm not sure this is worth it, but oh man, maybe I eat my words. Look how close that point gap got closed. But again, you give BubbleTrub the pass here. This can only be worth a max of 4 points. BubbleTrub can exit this round if they choose to do so. Now, in their grave is a Rune Word. You don't have access to Necromancy here. Yeah, leader is gone, but I will say again, sitting on Ana, but Ana's not very useful in this matchup because Ana's only going to be worth 2 soldiers on top of her for a 7 point. Now, if you Yenvo, a good card, you might be able to get a little more juice, but I'm still skeptical that Ana is really the right play. I think I would value Double Cross higher and keep mulliganing Ana in this matchup. If I Yenvo something really good, cool. In this case, the obvious thing is if you do end up with Ana, hopefully run into the Troy. JohnDoe should know it's in the deck. Cantarella again. Now this will proc because it's a new Cantarella. 3 procs there. Oh, that has to feel a little weird. But isn't enough, so Spellweaver comes down. Luckily, had no charges spent on it. Got a bunch of pings. BubbleTrub is out. JohnDoe will win it. And that's that. Okay, moving on to the next one. Let's see how it goes from here. Now, there's 2 ways JohnDoe can play it with a hand like this. You can pitch back the Duchess Informants and play a brutal short round. Ooh, I think that's exactly what's about to happen. Duchess Informants going to go, and I think you're going to see the Fion play immediately. Because this hand can do a absolutely ruthless short round. And he goes straight for the pass. I take that back. Did not want to do a short round here. I get it. It's Assimilate. Still think of this kind of a hand. You're threatening triple the wet off of being able to go Theon down, and if they heat wave Theon, you just pass out of the round. You know they can't create a pincer maneuver soldier, and then you would still, you know, you go down a card they don't have heat wave. Cool. But no, they just took it. I think I would have played Theon there personally. But here we go. It's a good hand. I can't deny that. You're probably looking for Yenvo here. Don't think you want that. Don't think you want that instead of. I think they put the Imperial back. It's just a little bit of a visual bug there. Now looking at BubbleTrubs' hand, we see a lot of powerful stuff here. What's my favorite card saying? I don't really have one, to be honest. I pay very little attention to the audio of the game, I confess. I don't actually know. Okay. Sorry, I don't have a good answer for you, Vic. Would love a mage scenario. Me too. So we see the AA on the Centurion Wall Speed, Spellweaver. Interesting that you didn't start it with Troy. I think Troy is probably a play you want to play sooner rather than later. Because if you're not going to get a ton of value out of the defender, like, what are you doing? Yes. Okay. Centurion Wall Speeder number 2. Coming on out, getting double zap. Like, this is the kind of round you want to play. Theon comes down to protect the Ducal Guard. Ducal Guard goes +1. Let's see. Now, do you up here or here? I imagine you're upping the Theon here. In the line of fire, but this is a choice because if you don't up the Theon, then I think the obvious play is Rune Word. These they'll go +4 guaranteed. The +4 guarantees the death on Theon. I think you have to up Theon here. Yep. It will just get heat waved, but I do believe that is the correct line of play. And now things get a little bit more open. I think you want to play Glynis here. Glynis it out, and that will allow you to set up all your other plays. No need to do anything else. Now, Roderick is 3 shots. It's Letho, it's Yenvo, or Anna. Anna, you probably want to get Glynis, Stefan. Roderick is a very powerful play. Roderick, if you hit Letho, you can, if they kill Stefan, or in this case will get locked, you can copy Stefan, set up triple duet, or just hit Glynis here. There's the Glynis. I really like that play. It sets up a lot of points. Now, turning to BubbleTrub. BubbleTrub still has not got value off of Troy. Luckily for... I mean, I guess you can keep it back until you see the wet, if that is the plan. But I'm not... Okay, there we go. We got a Rune Word coming up here off of the Triss. That is exactly what you want to hit. Ooh, there's the Spellweaver. That is a verbatim, a very strong play. And Glynis just dies. And this is what I thought was really good about the matchup for BubbleTrub. Keep killing the engines. That's also why I thought the short round with the wet was going to be very good. Don't let him get set up. Do threaten the triple coup. You have Theon. You have Stefan. Essentially, I think Roderick is drawn, so not guaranteed on the left though. You pull the 8-pointer back. Obviously not a great card, but at this point you're looking at points. Trying to mitigate it. That could probably be a 10, 11, 12 point Yenvo based on denying more mage value off stuff like Gearheart in here. Ooh, gets lucky on the second Spellweaver again. Okay, at this point BubbleTrub is set up. Stefan doesn't even need a lock. You just keep playing stuff like Gearheart and nuking. Rivalry is not a bad pivot. Let's see. Would I Triss or Jornamir? Jornamir is pretty good because that would can potentially set you up for triple duet. The mages will have a lot of trouble getting through this, so you probably want to duet, instantly get yourself a Spellweaver here. Alternative line of play I did kind of like was instead of going for bribery there, just start off with duet. Now they might just, again, these are damage a unit. Let's feel like I'm saying again a lot for things I have not said before, but that is okay. These are damage a unit, so you can, if you see duet and you're afraid of a coup or something going crazy, you can just murder your own duet. You lose a lot of points doing that, but that is a viable option.
Your wish, my duty.
All right, Necromancy on the Spellweaver. Got even more zapping. Yeah, I think BubbleTrub has JohnDoe exactly where he wants them. We're gonna see this. It'll hit the Spellweaver on the top, come down as a 12-point. I don't think it's gonna be enough. This is looking really grim. Lack of control here. I believe JohnDoe's big mistake was not going for the round 2 bleed. At this point, BubbleTrub has an army of mages where cards like Gearheart are +8 right now. And now we see the Troy protecting the Duet. This hand looks terrible. This is looking like a 2-0 for the BubbleTrub. Get in control. And this is, I mean, this is going to be it. There's the pass. We see the concede from the JohnDoe. The legend of being eliminated round 1. But respect all around. Respect all around. It was a tough matchup. BubbleTrubs had a good control engine in place and will take the first series we have casted. Boom. BubbleTrub advances. JohnDoe has been eliminated. But it was a good match and a fun one to cast. Shout out to Ahmed Ali and McRandar for all their great support on Patreon.